Hello, welcome to your practice. If you are here at time of release, at time of recording, then I'm wishing you a happy new year. I hope you are arriving to the mat today without judgment, without expectation. And my invitation for you today is just to meet yourself where you are. This is a wild time of year and a wild time in the world, and this mat can be a sanctuary. Whatever it is that you need, you can find it here. But often our own expectations can get in the way. So my intention today is to provide you with a space where you can just be, and to support you in cultivating intention, perhaps for today, perhaps for the year ahead. It doesn't have to be really big. And this month, what we're exploring here on the practice is this idea of intention as a way to bridge the gap between the time spent on the mat and our time spent elsewhere in the world. Intention is really about cultivating a quality that we would like to bring into the world or to step forward with. So perhaps you can join me by bringing the hands together at the center of the chest. I'm really lengthening the spine. I've got a block underneath my hips. You might find it useful to have a little bit of support there too. And with a tall spine, just gently allow the eyes to close, or if that doesn't feel right for you, just soften the gaze so that we start to bring our awareness inwards for a moment, drop into the heart space. And from this place, or to this place, can you ask yourself, what do I want to cultivate? What do I want to cultivate here during this practice that I can carry forwards with me when I leave the mat, so that I invite that quality into the day ahead of me or the days ahead of me? That's your intention. What is it that you want to cultivate here today? And just let that resonate for a moment as you take a few deep breaths. We're going to come together for a sound of Om, taking a breath in, a sigh to release that breath, and inhale. And just find a pattern of breath that feels appropriate for you today, perhaps breathing in and out through the nose. And gently make your way onto all fours. So we're going to begin slowly. I don't know about you, but I'm meeting my body for the first time in a few days in this way, after some celebrations. So what a gift it is to be able to celebrate however you're meeting your body today. Just arrive gently. I'm going to take some cat-cows, and maybe that feels good in your body as well. Or perhaps you take a few breaths in child's pose, or just find somewhere that feels appropriate to begin your practice and gives you the opportunity to tune in and notice how you're feeling. This little MOT for the body. What can I feel here? And if you're moving in a way that you always move, just tuning in, am I moving here deliberately and consciously, mindfully, or am I just moving out of habit? New Year is so often a time where we consider the habits that we have, the ones that we might label bad, and tell ourselves we need to do less of those. And we consider the good habits that we might want to cultivate, and tell ourselves that we need to do more of those. And it's a really interesting thing, this labeling of good and bad, because it creates so much attachment and so much judgment. And all of that can get really heavy. And so try to lighten the load here. This isn't about good or bad. This is just about being and arriving and allowing yourself to feel your way into your body as a method, a pathway to cultivate all the qualities that you might wish to bring into your life, bring into your days. And those qualities then filter through our thoughts, our words, and our actions so that we take them off the mat and into the world around us. And when you're ready to come up to downward facing dog, if you're not already there, you can meet me. And I apologize in advance, I've got a little cold, so if I'm a bit snivelly or end up coughing in the middle of practice, please bear with me. Let's take an inhale and ripple the body all the way forwards. Shoulders come over the wrists, we find a high plank pose. You can use the knees, but we're bringing ourselves all the way down to the earth, super slow. Stay with your breath. Slide your hands forward, making little teepees with your fingertips. Press down through those fingertips and lift your chest away from the earth as you inhale, pointing your toes back. And exhale, just delivering the heart down slowly, gently to the earth. We'll do it 2 more times, rippling away from the earth on the inhale. And exhale, lowering back down. 1 more time. Beautiful. And then sliding those hands either side of the rib cage, tuck the toes, and gently peel yourself up and back to downward facing dog. And breathe. How does the body feel? What can you notice here? Beautiful, bending the knees, gently walking the hands back to meet your feet. And we're going to gently interlace the hands and rest them on the back of the head if that's comfortable. If that's too much, you can always rest the forearms onto the thighs, the hands down to the floor, whatever feels appropriate. Otherwise, just very gently resting the hands on the back of the head, having a little sway from side to side. Good, and then bend your knees nice and deeply. And as though you're lifting up from the back of the heart space, you're going to peel all the way up to standing. The head and the chin come up last, broadening the elbows, waking the body up. Hello, invitation to just be here in this open place, this open space across the heart, that center of intention. Take a breath in. And then curling all the way back in, reverse, bring the elbows together. Come all the way back down. And then just hang heavy for a moment. This time we'll take the arms wide. So the knees are bent, we're slowly rolling up the spine. And when you arrive at the top, reach the arms up and alongside the ears. Send your hips back, coming into a chair pose. Good. Draw the navel to the spine, long through the lower back. Take a breath in. Interlace the hands behind your back, opening up through the chest. And exhale, folding the body down. How does it feel in the body? Can you notice if little voices, little judgments, little comments might creep in, the mind telling us that the body feels tight, or I should have been doing more yoga over the holidays, or whatever it might be that's coming into your mind. Notice those judgments. Let go if you can. Let those thoughts pass. As you release your hands onto the floor, walking them forwards to your downward facing dog. Take an inhale, ripple all the way forwards, finding your high plank. This time lower the knees, bend the elbows, heart forwards, come to the earth. Low cobra pose, inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Walk the feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat this time. Nice and slow, step by step. We're in no rush. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold. Rise to standing. Inhale, sweeping the arms up alongside our ears. And then bring the hands to meet the heart. And really set the foundation through the soles of the feet. So spreading the toes, really maximize the surface area of the feet connecting to the earth, rooting down and rising up simultaneously. A little micro bend in the knees so this energy is flowing through the body, and on the inhale, we raise the arms up. On the exhale, we fold the body all the way down. Rising to the fingertips or sliding hands to shins, look up halfway. And then plant the palms and step your feet to the back of the mat. Lower the knees and your chest. Good. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale, hips high, downward facing dog, nice and slow. Now coming into that intention that you set, what is it that you're trying to cultivate through your practice? What do you perhaps need to release, heal, or let go of in order to allow the space for that quality to build within you and to reconnect to that quality that already exists within you? Good. From here, let's inhale the right leg high. Bend the knee, opening up through the hip, three-legged dog. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bring that knee to the nose, underneath the body, curling in. Good. Now, can you look forwards and step that foot between the palms? Don't worry if you have to help it through. From here, let's rise up to a high lunge, embracing the walls. Stay high on the ball of the back foot. And then bend both knees and just lengthen the tailbone down a little bit more. Shift the weight into that right foot and extend the arms alongside the ears. You've got one long line from the left heel to the fingertips. Interlace the hands behind your back, opening up through the chest. Now start to shift that weight to the right foot like you're coming into a little warrior three just for a moment. And the left foot steps to the top of the mat. We bend the knees, chair pose with the hands interlaced. Exhale, folding the body down. See if you can draw your palms towards one another. Good. As you inhale, bend your knees. Release the arms, come to stand up tall. And exhale, fold all the way down. Lengthen the spine, look up halfway, sliding hands to shins. Planting the palms, step the feet to the back of the mat. Now option to use the knees or move this time from high to low plank. Then inhale to up dog or low cobra. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Every movement, every breath is guided by that intention. Take an inhale and lift the left leg. Bend the knee and open the hip. Breathe, send the knee a little higher as you inhale. And exhale, bring that knee to the nose, through the midline. Scoop and place the foot at the top of the mat. Set the feet hip width so you have that balance, that strong foundation as you rise up. A little bend in the back knee, a lengthening of the lower back. Take a breath in. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Interlacing the hands. In fact, we take our arrow pose first. So look down the tip of your nose, extend the arms forward alongside the ears, push through the back heel, creaky knee, and find that long line from the back heel to the fingertips. Then we take the hands behind the back and interlace. As you shift the weight forwards, maybe you take a little step with that back foot first, and then shifting the weight until that leg floats away from the earth. A moment here before bending both knees, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, chest lifts, but the knees are bent, and exhale, we fold. Inhale, bend the knees, Sink the hips back, arms alongside your ears, and exhale, release the hands either side of the body. And just breathe for a moment. Feel the energy flowing through the body. This opportunity to cultivate whatever it is that you want to bring into your life. This intention allows you to bridge the gap between our time here and our time everywhere else. So really tuning in and feeling that intention, that quality building through the body. Good. Let's take a step back with the right foot and turn to face the long edge of the mat. We're going to take the arms out wide, a little micro bend in the knee as you turn your toes out. Take a breath in and exhale, hips come back as we slowly bring the torso down. So we're folding forwards and then reaching the left hand in front of the right foot. Now a block can be handy here. You can place your hand onto a block. You're extending forwards and finding rotation through the thoracic spine. Now for many of us, it will feel more comfortable, more appropriate to have the right hand on the back. If you can draw the shoulder blades down the back of the body and find an extension of the right arm, that is also an option. But for me today, it feels too intense. So just taking a little twist, opening through the chest, and then coming back to center. If you have the block, take it with you. Come to the middle of the mat with the hands, lengthen halfway, and exhale, fold forwards. Let the weight come into the front of the feet, but stay grounded through the heels. Then come up onto the fingertips one more time, and we take the right hand in front of the left foot, finding that twist. So this really isn't about how much we can twist it open, but how much space we can create across the front of the heart space. Good, of course, there's the option to take that left hand high. Good. And then release. Coming back to the center, find fingertips to the floor. Inhale, look up halfway. And exhale, fold. Now turn your heels in, and then the toes, and then the heels, and then the toes, and then the heels, until you arrive in your yogi squat. And perhaps that block comes in handy to come behind the hips, underneath the hips. Try to find length through the spine, and draw the elbows or the backs of the arms against the inside of the knees and the thighs to create that space as you breathe, and maintain that openness across the heart space. And one more breath. And then gently place the right hand and the left hand behind you, and drop your hips down to the floor. Just tying yourself back to the long edge of the mat, extending your left leg forwards. The right foot comes to the inside of that left leg. Now I've got a strap here because it suits my body best to use a strap. You have two options. You can fold down over this left leg, or you can take the right arm up and over, maybe using a strap, or if you have the space to take hold of the outside of the foot, that's also an option. Good, just opening up through the side body, but keeping the heart space open. One more breath. And then release. And if you're not already folding over that leg, just a few breaths here too. Let go of judgment, of expectation. And just meet yourself exactly where you are, knowing that that's enough. And from that place of enoughness, knowing that everything that we need is within us, can we use this time on the mat to cultivate that connection to whatever quality it is that we want to harness as we step forwards beyond the mat today. It's such a beautiful question to ask yourself every day. What is it that I want to bring into the world today? And it can look different one day to the next. But it's a wonderful way to check in each day, to support yourself in moving forwards deliberately, with intention, and showing up as the version of yourself that you want the world to meet. Let's swap to the other side. Extending the right leg, bringing the sole of the foot to the inside of the thigh, and then if you have a strap or you want to use a strap, I'm just taking the strap around the ball of the foot, and this time it would be the left arm that reaches up and over. And that right arm can press against the right leg, keep the right shoulder drawing down the back of the body, so we've got this spaciousness across the upper body. All right, and then releasing, folding over that right leg if you're not already there. Keeping the shoulders down the back of the body so the heart is leading. We always want to come back to this space and lead from this space. That center of intention, of compassion, our true essence. All right, come to lie down on the back of your body, bending the knees, soles of the feet to the earth. Taking a block, placing it underneath the hips, at whatever height feels appropriate. If you don't have a block, you could press down through the hands, lift the hips, and perhaps interlace the hands behind your back, opening up the chest here. Lots of options. And breathe. Take a breath in. And then just gently rolling down the spine, removing the block if there is one underneath you. And then hugging the knees into your chest. And then extending the legs down onto the earth. Letting the palms or the arms rest away from the sides of the body with the palms facing up. Take one last deep breath in, and as you exhale, just deliver the body into the support of the earth. Just let yourself be here for a few moments. It's so easy to rush into the new year with all these great ideas and expectations that we're going to hold ourselves accountable to. But it's really important to slow down or even come to stillness every once in a while. Notice all that we already are. And to release judgment and expectation over all the things we think we should be. Instead, just knowing that everything is within us. And we have the power through practice to cultivate any quality. With time and effort and dedication, you can show up in the world as the version of yourself that you wish to be. It is all within you and everything is possible. You can bring movement back to your fingers and toes when you're ready. You can take a big stretch. And we're going to meet in seated, just finding your way there, nice and slowly. And when you do arrive, bring the hands back to connect at the center of the chest. Lengthen through the spine. And just take a couple of deep breaths. You have the power within you to bring any quality to life through your thoughts, your words, and your actions. And our practice is a beautiful opportunity to cultivate a connection to those qualities that we might choose to bring into the world. And so here we are, here you are, enough as you are. But with so much power to be the change that you want to see in the world. Let your thoughts, your words, and your actions be a vessel for your intention as you light the path ahead of you with practice, with intention, and with all that you already are. And it is with so much love. I say thank you for joining me in practice today. Have a wonderful day and Happy New Year.